Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our podcast discussion. Today, our group will discuss an important and relevant topic, career and the future skills. As students, this topic matters because the jobs we prepare for today may look very different in the future. Technology is developing fast, AI is growing, and the workplace is changing. So, our big question today is how can we prepare for the future of work? Before we begin, let us introduce ourselves.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Wayunek Samandara. As the group leader, my role in this project is coordinating our group and making sure everyone contribute equally.
Hi everyone, I am Marsha Zavina Salsabila. In this project, I helped find and choose the podcasts and videos that match our topic about career and future skills. While searching for them, I also learned a lot about how technology and AI are changing the future jobs.
Hello everyone, my name is Faza Amania. I summarized the key points, vocabulary, and important message from each video.
Hi everyone, my name is Saif. I helped edit and organize our final presentation.
And I'm Ipat Fatiha, the scriptwriter and your host today. Now, let's get into the discussion.
Starting with the first video. The video talks about how the future of work is changing, especially because of AI and changing work culture. One interesting point is that not all future predictions come true, so we should take it with a pinch of salt. The video also discussed the success of the 4-day work week, where 92% of companies choose to continue it, showing that the future of work may change not only jobs, but also work system. That's my conclusion. Saif, I'm curious. What does the second video add to this discussion?
Well, building on that, the second video focused on how machines are now replacing not only human labor, but also human skill, and that is a major change in today's world. The speakers also explained that there is a growing social gap between people who benefit from technology and those who might be left behind. Another important term mentioned was vicious cycle, which means a negative situation that continues repeatedly and becomes worse over time. Overall, the second video discussed how technology and artificial intelligence are changing the workplace and daily life. Machines are becoming more advanced and capable of doing tasks that were once done by humans. Because of that, the future challenge is not only about technology itself, but also about equality, opportunities, and how people can adapt to this change. Marcia, in your opinion, how can we prepare ourselves for this future?
Well, that's a really interesting question. The third video talks about how we can prepare ourselves for the future jobs. The speaker explained that AI is growing very quickly, so future workers need new skills and must be ready to adapt. One important point is that computer science skills are becoming more important. However, the speaker also emphasized creativity through the idea of STEM, which combines technology and art. Another important word is autonomous, which means something that can operate independently. Overall, the video reminds us that future workers need both technical skills and creativity. Exa, the fourth video talks about career choices. How does that connect?
Okay, this is particularly relevant because this fourth video discusses how to choose a career without following your passion. In the podcast, the speaker says that rather than following your passion when looking for a job, it's better to focus on doing something valuable. This can help you build meaningful expertise and become skilled in a specific field. So this fourth video discusses how to build a career and teach that success isn't just about passion but also about developing meaningful skills.
Overall, all four podcasts focus on one central idea. The future of work is changing rapidly, and people need to prepare for it. Now, let's move to our group review and share our personal response.
In my opinion, the podcasts were very informative because they talk about real change in work and technology that are happening today. They help listeners understand how AI and modern technology are affecting jobs and everyday life. I mostly agree that technology is unavoidable, so students need to learn digital skills and be ready to adapt to new developments. By improving our knowledge and skills, we can prepare ourselves better for future careers and challenges.
I agree because the speakers explained the ideas in a clear and simple way. So the topics were easier to understand, and also think creativity and communication are just as important as technical skills.
While other speakers shared their views on the benefits, I feel there are still shortcomings as not everyone is able to adapt quickly or has equal access to technology. In my opinion, the most important message is that successful measured by the meaningful things we do.
So while the podcasts were inspiring, they also made us think critically about fairness and inequality. I was inspired by the idea that human skills like empathy and collaboration still matter. That gives hope for the future.
That is why we found this podcast both informative and thought-provoking. As a group, we believe we should not fear the future. Instead, we should prepare for it by improving both hard skills and human skills. Now, let's move to the group discussions. First question, what do the podcast mainly talk about?
Overall, the four videos talk about future jobs, technology, and the skills we need in the future. The videos show how technology is changing the workplace. For example, through online meetings on Zoom during the COVID-19 pandemic and machines that can replace some human jobs, like robot, waiters, and automatic vacuum cleaners. They also discuss AI, autonomous vehicles, and why computer science and career planning are becoming more important for future generations.
The second question, what is the main message for the speakers?
The main message is that change will always happen, so we must adapt, keep learning, and prepare for the future. In today's AI and technology era, improving our skills and being open to new ideas can help us success. We should not be afraid of technology, but learn how to use it wisely in our education, careers, and everyday lives.
The third question, which part of the podcast did you find the most interesting?
So, for me, the most interesting information was the success of the 4-day work week and the idea that AI can now perform tasks that were once done only by humans.
And the next question, what new vocabulary or expressions did you learn from the podcast?
Great question. So, there's some important vocabulary we learned. First, take it with a pinch of salt. Second, mastery. Third, autonomous. Fourth, vicious cycle. And the last, meaningful work. These words help us understand the topic better.
Next question, why is the topic important for students today?
This topic is very relevant because we are preparing for future careers right now. The skills we build today will influence our future opportunities as AI continues to develop and become part of many industries, Understanding this technology can help us stay prepared and competitive in the future job market. It also encourages us to think critically, adapt to new innovation, and use technology in a positive and responsible way.
And the next question, what valuable lessons did you get from the podcast?
We learned that learning is a lifelong process. It shouldn't stop after graduation because we need to keep improving ourselves throughout our lives.
The last question, what important points should be included in the video, mini podcast, or presentation?
So, part that we should include in this podcast is first, to improve skills that people need for the future. Second, the impact of technology on future jobs. And the last, important vocabulary and our opinions. So, that makes our podcast can be understanding for the audience.
That's all for our discussion. Here is the conclusion. After discussing all 4 videos, our group learned several important lessons. First, the future of work is changing rapidly because of technology and artificial intelligence. Second, adapting to change is no longer optional, it is necessary. Third, while technical skills are important, human qualities such as creativity, empathy, communication, and collaboration remain essential. Most importantly, we realized that the future should not be something we fear. Instead, it should motivate us to keep learning, improving, and preparing ourselves for new opportunities. In short, the future belongs to those who are willing to adapt and grow.
Exactly. The future of work is changing, but so we can, as a student, our responsibility to keep learning, adapting, and improving ourselves, because the future belongs to those who are ready. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.